In celebration of the International Women's Month, Ecobank Nigeria hosted the maiden edition of the Ellevate Exhibition and Workshop. The event, which took place across 4 cities in the nation, Lagos, Ibadan, Port-Harcourt, and Abuja, had in attendance hundreds of women-owned small and medium enterprises exhibit their brands. At the Lagos Center, Carol Oyedeji, Executive Director, Commercial Banking at Ecobank Nigeria, expressed her satisfaction with the level of interest and enthusiasm by the female entrepreneurs across the country.
As you know, we launched our Ellevate proposition middle of last year, and Ellevate is focused on, women-focused organizations. That is, organizations that produce goods for women. That's one. Organizations that have predominant women in senior leadership, and an organization that have a large proportion of women also on their board. So we're focused on supporting those sort of organizations. And what do? We typically, provide some sort of, financing and non-financing benefits to them, to just encourage them as much as possible to, create value in the economy. So that speaks to the question around, sort of creation of value in the economy, which we typically drive through this proposition. So funding, financing is one option. Non-financing option is another one. Non-financing can be through capacity development, where we train a lot of, I would say, micro entrepreneurs, particularly women, so that they can stand on their feet and then, of course, add value to the economy.
She provided a perspective on the importance of the Ellevate initiative in supporting women for economic growth.
In fact, you hit the nail on the head when you were talking about the population of women in Nigeria. In the whole of Africa, 1 in 4 entrepreneurs is actually a female. So what we try as much as possible to do, particularly financial institutions, like I said earlier, number 1, create some sort of concession in financing for women. So you look at commercial rates and say, because it's a woman and you want to assist them as much as possible, you give them a discount in interest rates to finance them. You also train them, which is capacity building. So train as much as possible so that they will understand their business, they understand how to sell their business, and as much as possible be able to, create market for themselves. So that typically can help in scaling up their own business.
At the workshop, Karika Yonreme, a consultant, addressed the entrepreneurs on the importance of networking in business as well as tips for business owners.
So one thing you mentioned when you were talking about yourself was that you're introverted. So how do you deal with your introversion and having to network? Is it that you switch on a new mode? How do you juggle both of them?
Fantastic question. So I tell everybody that the best way to network is network from your place of strength, right? Know yourself. To thyself be true. Very important. To thyself be true. And also in networking, focus on your focus. It's very important. Why? Let me explain. I'm an introvert. And some of the things I do well, I don't do well in large groups. If there are 1 million people here, I'll be quiet. I'll just be watching everybody, right? But I thrive in smaller groups, right? So that's the first thing. Number 2, introverts are very observant. So an extrovert will be, hey, they're just laughing. I can already tell you, by sitting here, I can tell if you make me back the wall, I'll tell you what everybody, at least the first 3 rows, I can tell you what they are wearing because I've observed. So I use that to my advantage. When I go to a place, I'll first sit down and study the place, right? And then based on, I notice the little things. I can go, remember I said that start from common things, right? I'll go and say, hello. I'm not shy. I'm introverted, but I'm not shy. And also, because I have worked on my confidence, I'm a very confident person. And that's why I said that the most important thing is your confidence level and understanding that you are the value, okay? So when I go to a place, I would observe people, oh, I like a red shoe. I like those people sunglasses. I like sunglasses too, right? And that's what I'm going to talk to her about. I'll say, hello, I like your sunglasses. And where's my own? Okay, this is my bag. And I'll show you my own too. And then we'll connect on that level. Do you understand? And you find out that for me, I'll talk to maybe only 1 or 2 people. But I would have deep conversations with that person. So the goal of networking is not to change who you are. It's to leverage your strength. My friends are extroverts. They can turn the room. Hello. And then that's how they are able to network. For me, it's more of observing people and saying things that other people will overlook. I'm the person that notices the things that other people overlook about you. And I'll highlight it. And you will love it. And you will talk to me. Do you understand? So again, ask yourself, who am I? What can I do easily? Can I observe people easily? Am I someone that can make everywhere interesting? And then use it to your advantage.
Quite an interesting session we had here with you now. And you understood that you spoke so much about networking tips. You give like real nuggets when it comes to networking. But one thing I saw that you did not talk about, or I would love for you to talk about, would be the mistakes you've seen people make when it comes to networking. So far, in your experience as a network expert, what are the mistakes you've seen people make?
Okay, thank you very much for that question. I would say 3 major things. Number 1, focusing only on the big people. You need to understand that to succeed at life, you need to network upwards, sideways, and downwards. Everybody is valuable. Everybody has something to offer. So don't just focus on the orgas. The PAs, in fact, I like to call the PAs the gatekeepers. They would really help you to access the orgas. So don't just focus on the orgas. Focus on everyone. Everybody is valuable. Everyone has something powerful to offer. The second thing is giving business card at events. It is great, but it's not a sustainable strategy because people will throw away your business card. So instead of focusing on giving business cards alone, how about having genuine, deep conversations? It would help people to remember you and even call you when you give them your business card. The third thing is focusing on quantity over quality. You want to talk to 100 people at the same time. Guess what? The 100 people might not remember you. Okay, so focus on quality, even if it's 2 or 3 people. In networking, we call it the power of 1. You can build on existing relationships. So again, don't just focus on the orgas. Number 2, don't just focus on giving business cards. And number 3, don't only focus on quantity. Quality is also very important. Thank you.
You're so good at nuggets. Thank you very much. Happy International Women's Month to you. Dr. Chinasa Amadi, lifestyle medicine physician, also addressed women on the importance of healthy living for themselves and their businesses.
We're not sleeping anymore. Everybody say, how can I sleep? Lagos is hard. When you die, Lagos will still be hard. It won't change. I'm so busy. Nobody to do my work. Hello, when you find somebody who put advert, unemployment will be reduced because of you. Because we employ someone to take your space. That is the truth. So you owe it to yourself to sleep. The recommendation is actually 7 to 9 hours of sleep. But, well, don't worry. I put another one for Lagos people, 6 hours. 4 hours. You know something? You know what happens, when you start sleeping, at the first hour of sleep, there is cellular repair, cellular regeneration at the first hour. Most of the time, that's when your alarm will now ring. So how will you have the repair that should go on? That happens in the first hour of sleep. So I always say, even if you don't want to sleep, try and cross that 4th hour mark. It's very important because once you cross it, you will find out that you've achieved something, you've gained something. But sleeping is so, I did a case, just a small case control study with some of my clients, and we saw that diabetics that are not sleeping, when they don't sleep well, their blood sugar spikes up the next morning. When someone with high blood sugar does not sleep well, the next morning their blood sugar spikes up. We already know that it will spike up your BP. That one, we already know that. But it also spikes up your blood sugar. It makes you irritable. It affects your mood. You get to work and all the girls that work with you will be annoying you. They'll be looking like village people. Like, what's going on? What's going on? Because your mood, you're not in a good mood because you didn't get good sleep. So it is hard though. It is hard to sleep in Lagos. But if you try to go to bed at 11 o'clock, just keep your phone. Don't reply any posts. Don't check whether anybody liked your picture on Instagram. Just keep the phone. And try to sleep at 11 o'clock. If you sleep from 11 o'clock to a 4, you've gotten in 5 hours. If you're lucky and you get to a 5, you've gotten in 6 hours. So that's easy. But the issue is that most of the time, once you get back home, you start replying all the alumni, see the fights that you missed. 1,000 and something chats on WhatsApp, and you see them and you're reading all of them because you want to find who fight who. inside a WhatsApp chat. Or you are, I posted this picture, nobody liked it. Okay, let me transfer it to Reels. Maybe it will be motivating. And then that middle of the night, you're supposed to be sleeping, you're transferring to Reels and waiting to see who will like it. Who will like it. We are distracting ourselves with mundane things and it's affecting our health. Are you ready to just keep your phone away and sleep? When it's time to sleep, shut down and sleep. And something I tell people, keep your phone like if you're living in a one room, keep it in the bathroom. Yes. Keep it in the bathroom. When you set alarm, you will hear it. You will hear it. But if you keep it near you, and then all those village people that want to do midnight call with you, the light of the phone will just come up. They will wake you. And you have distorted your sleep pattern. See, the goal here is not just about relaxation. It's about your health. Because you want to be healthier, so you have to make sacrifices.
The Ellevate exhibition powered by Ecobank is another innovative step taken by the financial institutions to support women-owned businesses. This should become a significant approach of the entire Nigerian banking sector to improve access to finance and networking for Nigerian women.